Hi everyone, this is Catherine again. I'm Sterling Inc. on both YouTube and Instagram. Thank you to those who have watched my previous 2019 setup video. If you haven't watched it already, I will link it down below. So as promised, I am filming a video on the flip through of my Gillio, which is my everyday carry, and my Louis Vuitton Agenda, which is my kind of a self development improvement binder. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the Gillio. So this is a matte Croco Gillio Appunto in A6 size, and I've had this for about 1 month, and this is currently housing my Stalogy A6 size, and I've been using this A6 Stalogy for about 2 months now, since November, and I really do like it. And again, I have first learned about the Stalogy notebook from Smplans. Her name is Sierra. She has a lot of amazing videos. Please go check her out. I will link her down below, and also Bunnyplans. And her name is Joyce. She also has a lot of really great videos, and both of them actually have Etsy shops now. So I will definitely link them down below if you want to check them out. For those of you who are not familiar with Gillio, this is their Appunto cover, which is basically their ringless cover that can house your notebooks, Hobonichi or Stalogy. So here I just have some cute stickers. I always carry these Stalogy dots with me for marking out important dates, so they really jump out when I put them on a monthly calendar. And then this is Crumbs and Doilies. I really enjoy her YouTube channel, so I just keep this card with me. I got this when I went to London, when I visited her bakery. And this is a very miniature sized side tab or top tab that I got from OG Things. And these are stickers that I got from Clever Gal Crafts. I really like her foiled stickers. I will link her down below. So that's it. And then I keep this cloth and paper page marker from my pocket size agenda that I no longer own, just so that I can draw lines if I needed to in my notebook. I have some business cards here. I have some coupon cards, grocery, supermarket membership card, and I don't use these page markers from Gillio because I noticed that if I put them inside my notebook, it tends to pull the notebook to the left side, so when I close it, it doesn't really close straight and aligned, rather than instead it will pull the notebook like this way. So I didn't really like how it was sitting, so I don't use them anymore. And especially with notebooks like Stalogy or Hobonichi, I don't really think you really need page markers, because you can really tell the used pages from the unused pages, because you see that these are becoming kind of wrinkly, and then the new pages are very pristine and even. So I really like that. So I don't use the page marker anymore because I don't need it. Again, here it has the really nice back pocket. I just keep some cash in it, and then some paper from the doctor's office that I need to have on hand. And then these are, oh, I really like these. These are stickers from OG Things. I really like these floral stickers. They just really brighten up my agenda, I mean notebook. So to start, when I first started the Stalogy, I was really nervous because it's just a blank notebook with really thin paper and very light grid lines. And it was kind of nerve-wracking when I start out a new book. I mean, just any notebook, I get really nervous, especially something where I have to kind of plan out the layout myself. So this first page, I put probably the most effort into this. It's just a monthly calendar. For November, I did the lettering myself, and I did the watercoloring really quickly myself too. And I really like how the paper handled the watercolor, because as you can see, you can't really tell, you can't really see anything from the back side. So I really like that. This is the only watercolor I did in this whole book. I just decided that I'm not going to put that much effort into it. And I just bought a bunch of stickers to put in it for the next month. And then after that, I just have the monthly calendar, and this is where I put down all the important dates. And then you can see my Stalogy dots that I put here, so that, you know, the blue ones are for baby appointments, yellow ones, I don't know what this is a holiday. And sometimes, occasionally, I would put these washi tapes here, just to make it a little bit prettier, and some stickers here. And over here, I just have general to-dos for that month. And then after that, I just have a weekly overview on one page. And I actually started this notebook on November 15th, which is why Monday through Thursday it was empty. Thursday it was empty because I didn't start until Thursday, and I just put down the to-dos here. So I try to kind of review what's on my monthly and then move them here, and if there's anything that's more specific, I would put them on the weekly. And if there's anything that pops up as I'm doing the to-dos for, say, Thursday, I remember something that I have to do for Saturday, then I would put down here. So this is sort of a mini future planning for the week. And then when I get to the actual date of the week, I would reference this list and then put that as part of the general to-do list. So for the dailies, I decided to draw a line in the middle and separate into 2 columns, and that really works for me because I operate on checklists the best, and that's how I can be the most efficient throughout the day. So, but then I just write really short checklist, and it usually doesn't fill out the whole width of the paper. So for me, it works really well for me to divide it in half and have 2 narrow columns. And so yeah, so that's how I'm doing it: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and put a cute sticker here, and then continuing on to the next week. And then at this point, I decided that I wanted to have a tracker here, so that's what I did. So that's why it's just on a random page. Again, continuing with the month, and coming to December, again is the monthly view. And then I decided to put the tracker right after the monthly calendar, which makes much more sense. And again, I'm just implementing the same system throughout the month. I won't go too much into that. Jumping into the new year. Oh, and then this sticky is just for running to-do list. So this is not really date specific, but it's just on the go. I'll remember that I need to do something, then I'll write them down here so I don't forget about them, and I can constantly reference them. So that's the end of 2018, and I'm using these tabs from Planner Press to mark out the month. And then so this is the start of 2019. I still have to kind of design what's happening here, so I left it for blank. I left it blank for now, but I will definitely go back and decorate this. I'm using these tabs from Mochi Things. These are like the faux leather tabs. I first saw them on Sierra's Paulson Smplans YouTube channel, and she did say that these are not very durable for daily use, but I had already purchased them, so we'll see how it goes. But they are really pretty. So I had already set up the whole year of 2019 in terms of future planning. So what I did was I just have the month here with 2019 after, because I do have 2 years in this, 2018 and 2019, so I just wanted to write down what year it was just so it's clear. And then I did a quick monthly calendar here with the week number circled, and then I just have a section for tasks for that month, and then I list out all the dates here. And then I color coded the holidays, the federal holidays. So the blue is for federal holidays and for my days off from the office. And then the pink ones are for my birthdays. And then for any other appointments, I use my regular friction pen to just circle it, just in case I need to change them. Then I can very easily erase them. This is the friction pen that I got from Jet Pens, and it works really, really great. I can write anything and then erase them if any plans change or I make some mistakes on the paper. So I really like this. So again, for February, March, April, I have all the months set up, and that's where I do my future planning. So moving on to January, I have this same setup here in January, and then just a quick monthly calendar, and then I have the monthly 2 pages set up here, and just a really cute washi sticker with some washi tape here. And then I'm doing my tracker here again. I am still trying to finalize all the things that I would like to track. I don't want to overwhelm myself with things I'm tracking, because then I just end up not using it. So I'm trying to just finalize that. So that's, and then I will definitely continue with the same system of doing a weekly and daily for the remainder of, or for the entire 2019, hopefully. This system is really working for me in terms of daily planning, and that's basically how I use my agenda. Before, I would use the weekly on 2 pages count inserts, and then I would have a floating sheet of note paper where I could write down brain dump ideas, or just any kind of task to-do list. So it's basically the same type of system, but I'm just doing that on paper. And I really like this because at the end of the year I can just archive the whole book instead of having a lot of loose leaf paper. And also, if my bag is really, really small, then I can easily just pull out this notebook here and then just carry it out with me, and it's really, really light and small. And I also really like the A6 size instead of the personal planner size. So I just want to quickly go through the second half of the book and then go over how I'm using that. So I got this idea because I was watching Smplans video, and then she uses her second half of the notebook as a journal or brain dump And I really like that because I don't have to be really pretty with that, because in the front I'm still trying to be kind of neat and organized. In the second half I can just be sort of free because nobody's really looking at this. I mean, not that anybody's looking at the front either, but it's just easier for me to kind of be more free with what I'm doing in the back. So how I'm using this is I have the entire notebook is 368 pages to be exact, and I know that because I actually numbered every single page. It's 360 here, but I had left about 8 pages in the front just in case I want to write anything in the front. So I divided that in half roughly, so that's at 180 because I left 8 pages in the front, and this is 360. So this brain dump section starts from 181, and I just have a index section where I write down some important lists that I wrote down in the brain dump section that I would like to reference. And then how I'm using it is basically I would write down the day of the week and then the actual date, and then I would just put bullet points here of like for each idea that I had. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything ranging from diary entry for memory keeping, like if something happened I would like to put into my journal later, I would put that as a bullet point. If it's something about a business idea, or it could be something about the baby, it could be something about anything basically, and I would just put that as a bullet point. And then what I would do is at the end of, say, the week, I would go back and then kind of reference this list and then move whatever idea that's still relevant to either my personal binder or the journal, depending on what it is. And then once I had moved it to a formal place, I would use my, where is it? Here, the mild liner, the gray one, to cross them off. So I know that's been accounted for and it's in a location where I can, in an organized location where I can reference later. So that's that. And that this was for when I went to the doctor, and then they had specific instructions for a glucose test. I just wanted to write that down in case I forgot. And at that point I didn't really have any future planning section, so I had to put it somewhere. So that's what that is. And then I have an Amazon list for all the things that I need to get, because I tend to just buy one item each time whenever I needed it, and it's just really terrible. So I want to kind of accumulate a list with my husband so that when it comes time to order something, I can just order a bunch of things all at once and save save the planet, hopefully. 1% at a time. So then I have meal plan ideas here with checklist. We order grocery from Amazon Fresh, so it's really easy to check them off. Purge list, I just had a whole project of purging the apartment before the baby comes. And then general household cleanup, just certain things that I still need to take care of before the baby. And then this is the countdown for the baby. I just wanted to write down the dates for the remaining weeks of my pregnancy, and then what I need to do each week, just so I can stay kind of on top of that. And then again, brain dump and just some stupid things that my husband said that I want to put in my journal later. And then here I just had some sketches for 2019 finance planning, purchase list. I have a wish list here. I had some outline for how I wanted to use this Stalogy for 2019, and this is how I wanted to set up my family planner for the different sections I would like to have. And then I was reading a book and I just put some book notes here that I need to move to my journal later. And then 12-year goals, that's me and my husband are working on our 12-year goals, so I had some ideas for that. And then things to study for the baby, and then kind of organizing how I wanted to use my different planners, or notebooks rather, for different aspects of my life. And then this is actually, I kind of came up with this idea, but I wanted to keep an inventory of everything in my freezer and the different sauces I have. I obviously haven't finished this. I started doing it, but I'm not done yet. But because I just feel like I tend to stuff things into the freezer and forget about what's actually in there. And I tend to just buy even more of the same things and then realize that I actually have 5 of them already in the freezer. So I just wanted to keep a list of things in my freezer section, and then ideally with like expiration dates here, so that I can keep track of what I actually have. And then, you know, some things I can actually use for weekly meal planning. And then so I think that's it. Oh, and then at the end, I just have some more important information, like my work project number, and then 23andMe. My husband and I are doing that, so we wanted to keep track of like our numbers and like tracking and all that stuff. I have some password stuff, hints over there. I have an order tracker here. These are the books that I'm reading right now. So yeah, that's how I'm using this, and I really like this system. I noticed that in the past 2 months I've been using this, I don't really forget things. Nothing really falls through the crack, and that's a really, really good feeling. I think I'm the most organized in my life with the system. And I don't keep anything in the back except for this little skinny sticky notepad that I got from one of the cloth and paper subscription boxes. And then this is a HelloFresh coupon that I wanted to give to my friend that I'm saving, because I keep on forgetting to bring this to her, so I just wanted to keep this here, so next time I see her I can just give it to her. So that's how I'm using this Gillio Appunto. I really, really love it, and it's so durable. For those of you who are thinking, you know, since it's matte and it's such a light color, it might not, you know, hold up well in your purse or whatever. This has been really durable, and like, as I mentioned in my previous video, I actually spilled water all over it, but they just literally just bounced off of the cover, and this did not get wet at all. So that was really surprising. The corners are still really nice and clean. I've been carrying this with me every single day. I use it every single day. I really love it. So I was going to go through my agenda, but this video is getting too long, so I will have to make that in a separate video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for me, please leave a comment down below, or feel free to reach out to me through Instagram. I post almost daily there. I'm always so inspired by everybody who posts on both Instagram and YouTube and share their own system. So I really appreciate that, and I just wanted to contribute my own system as well. So thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year. And please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. Thank you. Bye.